doing. But in the midst of all of this, the actual point of the scene, as much as I've introduced those ideas, is this character conflict between these two characters.
Yeah.
And then you just write very efficiently on it.
I think it helps with writing these characters that they all have very strong personalities and distinct ways of talking.
The other characters in the room, and I think like seeing, is it Jack? Who's this?
Jack.
Yeah.
I might have changed the name, but
No, I don't know. I feel like you would do a very good job of like conveying character while simultaneously not telling, like you don't have this huge, there's not like lots of exposition that show you all these things about the character. You just like are able to drop a character in a scene, and I feel like you're like with your dialogue, your description, you're able to like give that.
Gotcha. There you go. Good Saturday morning, everybody. I am here at 6:16 in the morning walking around my neighborhood because I've been experiencing insomnia again, and supposedly the scientific literature says the best thing you can do is get out in the sun first thing in the morning to reset your clock. So that's what I've been doing. And what a gorgeous view, huh? But check it out, it's actually right here in my suburban neighborhood. And all that rain finally stopped today, and you can see that our park has been temporarily turned into a lake. I think that was by design, actually. Very clever of the people who built this here. But yeah, hopefully walking around like this every morning will reset my clock, and I'll be able to focus and make some more art today. We will see. Okay, this is really funny. I'm walking around the new neighborhood that's being built to the north of us, and look what they put in their little sinkhole park. That's when you know you get weird flash floods here. So let's see, how accurate is this? Yeah, just about. I know how tall I am. How does that song go about the neighborhood where the houses are all made out of tiki-taki and they all look just the same? And a blue one, and a pink one, and a green one, and a yellow one. And they all are made out of tiki-taki and they all look just the same. I apparently really can't or shouldn't sing first thing in the morning on a cold morning. It's like a ghost town, but in reverse. Soon these garages will be filled up with all kinds of moving boxes and kids' bicycles. But right now, it's just a lot of mud and dirt. Look at all these nice new shiny mailboxes. It's funny to think that when I was a young person, I thought someday we won't need mailboxes anymore because it'll all be delivered electronically. I am not an exercise person at all, which probably got me into this predicament in the first place. But I got some really good advice from a cool guy in my writers group this month. He said basically, just be that person who takes a walk every morning. Just be that person and tell yourself, yeah, that's who I am. I'm the type of person that walks every morning. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Good advice. I am the type of person who walks every morning, even when the sun's glaring in my eyes. I really should take advantage of all these house-free sidewalks that are just going everywhere in this field. It's kind of cool, if temporary. What about you? Are you a walker? Or do you have some other kind of cool thing that you like to do to keep in shape? And you know you paint outside a lot when you can tell how long you've been out just by the position of the sun. I guess it's time to head back to the house and have some decaf tea and try to finish up editing this video. And a blue one, and a pink one, and a green one, and a yellow one. And they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. And now it's Monday, and we've come full circle from where I started the videos here. And I'm doing a little bit better in regards to the insomnia. The walking worked, and also just getting rid of caffeine again because I'm a little bit addicted to it. But yes, I am still getting ready for the upcoming... What I was trying to say was this Friday, I remember when I was doing the thing with the Lincoln Center and showing you where the painting was going. Well, this week you can actually go and visit yourself on Friday evening. There's going to be a gala, and I'm going to put the information right here. So if you're in the area, feel free to stop by. We'd love to have you. After that, I'm going to be driving down to Denver to go to the 10th annual Plein Air Conference and Expo that's being held by Plein Air Magazine. And I think it's like 1,000 artists from all over the United States and even the world. And they're all getting together, and talk shop. And we're actually going to go into the mountains a few times. And so hopefully I'll be able to do some recording up there. But what I have done is I've made an emergency video just in case I have bad transmission. So you guys can have something to watch next Wednesday if I can't get through while I'm down there. But after I get back, definitely, hopefully you'll get to see some of the adventures of the trip. And I finally finished Mr. Blue Heron. Because I was so sleep deprived, I didn't realize that I didn't record that properly either. So here's the finished piece. As you can see, I did a lot of, extra fiddling and details, but not too much because I didn't want to ruin it. I showed it to my friend Christine on the phone, and she's like, "Stop, don't do anything else, you're finished." And of course she was right. but all this rain that we've been having actually, it's been kind of a bummer because I kept wanting to go outside and paint. And then I remembered what happens when I do go outside is I get sick and run down. I've had pneumonia before. But it really reminds me is of the demise of this week's Artist of the Week. Paul Cézanne is actually a rather well-known artist, by no means as obscure as some of the other artists I've profiled here before. I thought it would be really interesting to show the other side of him. We know him for his oil paints, but this time I'm showing his watercolor works, which he did as preparatory sketches or fleshing out his ideas. It kind of shows a little bit more of a personal look into how his thought processes were, because watercolor is definitely more intuitive and of the moment, whereas oils you have to plan and, slowly work up layer upon layer. Cézanne was, not a very people person type personality. He would, trudge out into the wilderness on his own and paint for hours. Sometimes he would obsess about the same mountain and paint it over and over. But as he got older, it got harder and harder on his body, and he was actually out painting in the rain in a thunderstorm, and it got wetter and wetter, and he was found unconscious by some people, and they had to put him in a wheelbarrow or a cart and brought him to his home, where he convalesced, and he got a little bit better, but then he decided to go out and paint the next day against everyone's wishes, whereupon he then contracted severe pneumonia and passed away. And this is his self-portrait done in watercolor. Well, that about wraps it up for this week. Stay tuned for next week, where I will actually be showing some footage from about 7 or 8 years ago, while I'm actually down in Denver, in case I can't get this put together and edited while I'm down there for the convention. So you'll get an interesting window into a time of my life when I was still painting outside and doing all kinds of things, but I wasn't uploading it all continually to YouTube. I was using a different app. Stay tuned to find out what it was. Once again, thank you so very much. I think by the time I'm posting this, I have 200 people who are watching my videos now. So that's fantastic. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that, or at least not so soon. So thanks once again for watching, and you have an awesome rest of your week. And stay dry. Postscript. Of course, the sun came out right after I recorded all this. Go figure.